Yeah, well, coping with the coronavirus during this period, it's been an interesting period, but it has also like uh, like 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 availed the time that as a football player you don't as a professional football player you don't really have, because as a professional football player your life goes at 100 miles an hour, so at least things now slowed down, and you had the opportunity to work. I've been working with the mental aspect of myself, as a person, as a football player, because I know at the point where I'm at in my career, I'm that kind of person or that kind of player who, be it at the national team or the club, you're that player who people will be looking at each and every time you go to play, or there's a competition. You are that kind of person who the expectations will be on. People will be looking at you to pull those performances, or just try to have the team get the desired results, and that it's a pressure, it's a responsibility that if you don't have if you're not strong mentally, might be overwhelming. So yeah, I was grateful for this opportunity that get the time to like really set into that, and work with that and work on that, just to improve myself, mentally, as a person, as a football player, as a team. Now, just like last week on Monday, we started to train as groups, with the team. But now we're training in groups, 10 people per group, including two coaches. So that means 8 players plus two coaches, which is something good, something positive. Everybody was looking forward to that, and. But before that, we just like did individual sessions. We were blessed that the gyms were open and the football pitches also were open, so you could either go to the football pitch and have an individual football session, or you could go to the gym and do something at the gym. Our physio, our physical trainers would send us programs in the group chat, and so you pick up programs from there, and then you'd go and do them individually, either if you want to go to the gym, or if you want to go to the football pitch, or if you want to do both, so that's how we dealt with this. We dealt with it as a team, but as I said before, now we've started working as a group, groups of 10 people per group, and so yeah, we've been doing that, and we'll be doing that for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then from the 1st of June, we'll go to like 100% normal training with the team and contacts, and then hopefully, as the league, I think the federation projects the league to start 1st of July. So yeah, something we're really looking forward to. But that's how we dealt with the situation as a team. The coronavirus, how would I say the coronavirus has affected the game and the mentality among players? First of all, I think the game has really been hit hard financially, or the economical bit of the game has been really hit hard. Because yeah, football clubs, live off football games. Get collections from the games over the weekend. So that's like one of the major source of income for football clubs. And now with no games to play, that source kind of dried up, and so yeah, it has affected a lot of clubs. A lot of clubs were struggling. Of course, sponsors are not, because sponsors are companies, and also companies are struggling, so they cannot put their money somewhere else. Those companies are having their own fight, trying to survive this pandemic. So yeah, I would say the economic part, or the financial bit of the game has been affected, and I think it will take a long time before we get back to where we were before the virus. The mentality, I think it has created. I feel like it has created a sense of awareness, because we're always told that this career is like, for the football career, it's unpredictable. all of a sudden it might be over. And I think as football players, especially the younger players who really don't never or really have a difficult time trying to grasp that or try to understand that. I think they've had the opportunity to practice that. It's been real, and so I think it has created a sense of awareness. And I think when we go back to normal, the normal daily life of football players, I think it will improve. You have to be present. You have to appreciate each and every moment you're on the football pitch. You have to give your best. You have to give 100%. You have to enjoy it to the best you can. Don't think so much about the future. Just focus on now, because you never know what tomorrow brings as a football player. So I think that the coronavirus has given us that opportunity to be able to feel how all of a sudden things can end. And so it just makes you, when you're there, when you go to the pitch, be it during training or during the game, just be there and enjoy it 100%, give it your best. And if you look at it from a positive side, I think it will only improve the players' performances, because if you're there, if you're focused, if you give 100%, your performances will improve. Your quality as a football player will improve, because you train as you play. And I think if people are positive with that, if the players take that with them, it might go a long way in improving the game, and we might end up seeing some top quality game. Changing my citizenship in terms of football was the fact that what the Norwegian passport offers. If I could start with me personally, having a European passport puts you in the market, and it makes you available, and it makes you accessible by people from different markets that you couldn't be that couldn't access you with, let's say, a Kenyan passport. And that was really important for me, because I felt like if you're gonna develop, you have to be accessible to different kinds of market. If you want to achieve your dream as a football player, you have to be because I have bigger dreams, I have big ambitions, and it was I think it was time for me to be able to put myself in that market, so that people can, different kinds of people from different kinds of market can access you. That was number one. Number two, I felt that it gave me an opportunity. It was for me, it was like a key that would help me open doors that would enable me to go and get resources in terms of knowledge, in terms of material that I can take and bring back home to Kenya, and help the young boys and girls who look up to me, who see me as their role model, achieve their dreams, and achieve their dreams and goals of becoming professional football players. If all goes well, I could give them the resources, I could help them so that they could go and walk through these doors that I've opened with this key. The response was as it was. They were positive. There are people who understood, and people there were people saying that if they were in my position, they would do the same thing. But there were also other people who were negative. But there'll always be the naysayers. There'll always be the negative people, and you cannot pay so much attention to them. I was called unpatriotic. I was called Judas and all those kind of names. But that didn't bother me so much, because if someone calls you unpatriotic because you've done something that will keep your career alive, because you're aware that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, if your career dies, it's not only your career that dies, it's a career of almost 2-3 generations that will die. If doing that and trying to avoid that is being unpatriotic, and you do that for the people that you love, because I love these kids, that's why I play football. That's why I play football. I play football because these kids, I inspire them, and they do the same. That's why I play. That's why, doing my best. And for example, getting some football shoes or football gloves because I've been performing well, and for example, I get a sponsor from Puma or something like this, and then I can be able to get, or even just like from my teammates, get football shoes that I can bring back home, and just seeing the joy in the faces of these kids. This is something that, like, every day I come back home, when I come back again to Europe and start all over again, I come with it. It gives me like an immense amount of energy, something that I can ride on for the whole season. So yeah. If being unpatriotic is trying to preserve these talents and help them achieve whatever they want to achieve, then just like doing my duty, my role as a Kenyan, as a human being, then yeah, so be it. So I wasn't bothered with that. There was the people who were positive, and they supported me, and I appreciated that. So yeah, it's a decision that I made. And if I was taken back again and put in the same position and have to make that choice, the choice would be the same. So yeah. Well, it's nice to have Divo. It's nice to have him as a cousin, but not because he's a Champions League star or he plays for Liverpool or he's a football star. Just like nice having him because of who Divock is. He's a really humble and genuine person, loving person, someone with a big heart. Someone that really loves people. Sometimes it amazes me when we are, for example, out in a restaurant or something like this, and the way you see and just seeing him interact with people is incredible. It's unbelievable because he really cares. He really cares, and he really wants to know about you, even if he's just met you for the first time. The way he speaks, the way he listens, and the way he asks questions, just shows that he listens to what you're saying, and he's so interested in you as a person once you start a conversation. And that's a quality that really that is really special, that it's really unique. And that's what makes me love this guy so much. Of course, I'm aware of who he is, what he has done, his achievements. You cannot put that aside. We embrace that, and you try to affirm that, and just like support him and give him positive feedback. He does the same with me. When I won the Norwegian Cup, he flew over and we celebrated together. And when he won the Champions League, I was there. We celebrated together. So we try to build each other up. And yeah, so it's we have a very special relationship that keeps on growing strong each and every day. We speak, we share a message quite often. Maybe twice, once a week. But it's because when we share that message, when we speak for like 3-4 hours. And like sometimes we go really deep because we like to think a lot. We just try to share and sharpen each other. So sometimes it can be too much. So we always say we need to give each other time so that we can digest what we have just spoken about. So yeah. But we speak a lot, and as I said, it's a special relationship. And yeah, we appreciate each other, we push each other, and we support each other a lot. Am I making a comeback to the national team for the AFCON 2021 and the World Cup 2022 qualifiers? All I can say is that I'm eligible. I'm eligible. Just at the beginning of this year, the Norwegian government they allowed to do citizenship. So now I have a Norwegian passport and a Kenyan passport. So which makes me eligible to play for the national team of Kenya. And as far as I'm concerned, I know I have to work hard for the position. I always say that whenever I play for the national team, I didn't play for the national team because I was Arnold Origi. I played for the national team because I think I was the best at the moment, and I knew why I was the best. As I say, it's because I really worked hard. So I know that I really have to work hard now as well, and to try and work hard and perform at my club. And if the coach thinks that I'm good enough to come and play for the national team, then of course I'm available and I'm eligible. I still feel that I haven't achieved whatever I wanted, or whatever I want to achieve, or whatever I promised a young Arnold Origi some times back. That was like playing in at least one major tournament with the national team, and I still like I feel and believe that I can still achieve that. So so that's what I want to do, and but it's not up to me. I don't make the call. All I can do is just keep on working hard each and every day. Try and help my club, do well with my club, perform well, and then yeah, if my performances are noticed by the coach and he thinks that I'm good enough, then yeah, why not? I'm available. My thoughts on the current battle with the federation and FIFA or the sports tribunal. In all honesty, I think it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking that things are the way they are now, and I really hope that like we can find, or the country can find, a solution that will avoid, for example, something like a ban. If it's the case with the federation and Adele, I think with Adela Morush, I think maybe if they could find a solution, just involve him, because I know Adele, and I know he's a really nice guy. When he was in Kenya, I know he supports the country even after his tenure as national team coach ended. He was still in touch with us players. He was calling us, and he has so many friends in Kenya. He has a heart for the country, and I think he would do whatever it takes to see that this thing doesn't end in a ban or something like this, causing us to be thrown out of the qualifiers, both for the World Cup and the African Cup of Nations. And so yeah, it's a sad situation, but I really hope that a good and amicable solution is found, is reached. Sorry, so that we avoid a scenario which would be, let's say, for example, a ban. Because that's not good. That's not good for the game. We don't need that now. I think we're at a place where we are making progress, and we can do something special as a country, especially with the national team. Even the women's national team now, they're in, and now they are making an impact at the African stage. They call for the African Cup of Nations, and like they are like now developing and taking steps towards becoming one of the strongest women's national team in the continent. And so for them, especially after being out for such a long time and then now coming back again, having to go out, that would be really disappointing and heartbreaking for them, and everyone who loves, and anyone who loves the game, and anyone who supports them. So yeah, I hope that just like a solution is an amicable solution is reached, and we avoid the ban at all costs. I'm deep into charity work, and why is it so? Yeah, as I said before, especially when I was talking about my citizenship, I'm aware of my position as a football player. I know why I've been blessed with this talent, and why I've been blessed with the opportunity that I've been able to experience in my life and in my career so far. I want to be, I see myself as more than just a football player. I believe I have a responsibility, a God-given responsibility, especially to my country, to Kenya. I know that whatever I've been blessed with, the talent and the gift that God has given me, is to be a blessing to other people. God has blessed me so that I can be. God has blessed me so that I can bless other people, so that people can see His goodness. So I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for Him, because He is such a significant part of my life. Whatever I have, I dedicate to Him. So that's why I do this. I don't do this for fame or for my own personal interest. This is a responsibility. This is something that I know that's why I do what I do. That's why I was given what I've been given. The talent that I have been given is to help, is to be a blessing to others, so that people can see the goodness of God. And so that's why I do it. And I'll keep on doing as long as as long as I'm alive. As long as I have the health, I'll keep on doing it.